Hi there, my name is Candy, and I want to tell you about my problem. The thing is, I eat a lot. It's not simply one big portion. I don't stop. It all started when I was a kid. My parents told me that leftovers were helpful to my health, so I had to lick the plate. They also said that a healthy person's menu had to contain a first course, a second one, and a cake, and that I had to eat it to the end. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but my portion was the same as theirs. I think my parents influenced my weight gain. It seemed natural for me to have a standard adult portion. If the portion was less, it wasn't enough for me. My grandma made things worse. She gave me pies and cookies for a snack. However, my parents didn't manage to turn their daughter into Shrek. I never got fat. I wasn't sure what was wrong if it's not about getting fat. The thing is, I was eating almost all the time. I was always hungry. I wanted to eat nonstop everywhere. At school, when I walked in the street, I was always so hungry I felt I could even faint. If there wasn't a grocery store nearby or there wasn't a sandwich in my bag, I wouldn't go anywhere. So I had big problems with communication. All my teachers knew my issue. It wasn't surprising that I was always chewing on something. They let me do it because they didn't want to call a doctor. My classmates made fun of me, especially after seeing the size of my sandwiches. In junior high, there was even kind of a competition. My classmates gave me the food they didn't like, and I had to eat it quickly. Despite my thinness, I always looked bad because I was dirty. I spilled sauces on my outfits. Besides, I always smelled like smoked meat instead of flowers, like a girl should. I also had terrible pimples all over my body, circles under my eyes, yellow skin, and bad teeth. This is a portrait of a typical glutton. When my mom understood that it was easier to kill me than to feed me, she took me to a doctor. But he didn't find any abnormalities, except some mental stuff. But we didn't have enough money for a good psychiatrist. Mom spent everything on feeding me. I was terribly ashamed of my sickness. People made fun of me. They said insulting things, laughed and pointed at me. It happened all the time. I didn't have any friends either. No one wanted to be friends with a chewing monster. My classmates joked that I would soon get too hungry and eat them. I just couldn't stop eating. One day, my mom decided to do an experiment. She bought a big box of cookies. I was sitting at the computer, taking food right out of the box. I didn't even look at it. An hour later, the box was empty. Mom noticed, so I stood up and went to the fridge to get more. Well, no, there wasn't a black hole inside me. I felt sick. I had a stomach ache. I was put in the hospital with intestinal obstruction several times, but I just couldn't stop. My hunger wasn't in my stomach, it was in my head. At 16, I decided to overcome my problem on my own. At first, I didn't take sandwiches to school. I only took a stack of sugar cubes. As soon as I felt sick, I ate a piece. This method helped, at least for short periods of time. Actually, I even tried to get a boyfriend. I had a chance, without a bucket of food in my hands. So, I met a guy on the net. He quickly agreed to date me. We decided to meet at McDonald's, a favorite among students. I was ready. I put on makeup and went to see him. At that moment, I had a strong will. The boy even came. We talked about a lot of stuff. Everything was fine until our food came. Then, my eyes became clouded by the number of smells and tastes. As a result, I blacked out. Well, when I came to, everyone, even my boyfriend, was looking at me, scared. The truth was, I ate my food, his food, and even the neighbor's food. When they tried to take it from me, I was very aggressive. I even fought with people. After this incident, I was sent to a hospital. It was a bad idea to eat chicken wings with bones, and other food along with a cardboard. Later, after a stomach surgery, I was moved to a mental hospital. Of course, I didn't have any relationships after this. Now I'm undergoing treatment. I want to sleep all the time after I take the drugs they give me. Actually, nobody took me there by force, but I really feel better after these painful procedures and pills. At least, I'm not trying to eat everything that looks like food. I don't know how long I'll be stuck in the asylum, but I'll stay there until I'm okay. I can't say that it's totally my parents' fault. Yes, their attitude towards food greatly influenced me, but all these issues aren't because of my love for eating. In fact, this kind of attitude towards food was the reason for my mental disorder. It requires serious medical treatment. Actually, my parents aren't psychiatrists. They're simple people. They preferred not to notice this problem until it was too late. Friends, if you have any strange disorders or diseases, see doctors. Don't be lazy. Comment if you've had a similar problem. And remember, it's much easier to treat illnesses at once. It can be too late when everything stops working, even your mind.